The internet just broke in half. No album drop, no beef, no baby mama reveal. This time it's deeper. Lil Durk, the voice of the trenches himself, has allegedly been handed a life sentence. Yeah, you heard that right. The man who turned pain into platinum might be turning the courtroom into his final stage. Now, before you panic, remember, this is the same Durk who's dodged rumors, indictments, and death predictions like Neo in The Matrix. But this is different. Fans are crying, ops are celebrating, and the blogs are foaming at the mouth like it's the Super Bowl of karma. Social media's spinning with whispers of a hidden verdict, leaked mugshots, and secret recordings that allegedly prove the system's done with him. One tweet said, "If this is true, hip-hop just lost its last soldier." Another said, "Ain't no way, Durk too rich for life." This makes the YNW Melly trial look like an episode of Judge Judy, because if the rumors are even half true, this isn't just a legal loss, it's the fall of a Chicago legend. But here's where it gets wild. Durk's reaction. The man didn't cry, didn't beg, didn't even flinch. He spoke, and his words. They've got the whole internet losing its mind. It started like every modern hip-hop apocalypse, with one tweet, one blurry screenshot, and one anonymous insider who probably lives in their mom's basement. But within minutes, that one rumor grew into a full-blown internet earthquake. Breaking. Lil Durk allegedly sentenced to life after secret hearing, read the tweet that detonated across X, Twitter. It came from an account called a Rap Radar Leaks, which nobody had heard of before that night. Still, it didn't matter. The screenshot attached showed what looked like a courtroom document with Durk's government name and the words, "Life sentence, no parole." That was all it took. Boom. The internet went up in flames. Instagram pages started reposting the fake document like it was gospel. TikTok detectives made evidence compilations. One video even slowed down a clip of Durk in a courtroom from 2019 and claimed, "Look at his eyes. That's a man who already knew." Then came the avalanche of confusion. Fans were losing it in the comments. "This can't be real. Is this about that Atlanta case? I knew the feds was waiting." Others, of course, turned it into memes within seconds. One tweet said, "They gave Durk life, but man been giving us pain for years." Another posted a photo of Durk's mugshot photoshopped on Mount Rushmore with the caption, "Legends never die, they just get Wi-Fi in prison." But here's where it gets messy, the timing. Because just days before the rumor dropped, Durk had posted something cryptic to his Instagram story. "If I go down, just know I stood tall." Nobody thought much of it then. Typical street poet energy, right? But after the fake life sentence document surfaced, that line became prophecy. Suddenly, people started connecting dots that probably weren't even on the same page. Some claimed it was karma from his old 2019 shooting case, where he and King Von were charged with attempted murder in Atlanta. Others swore it was a brand new secret indictment. A few conspiracy theorists even said it tied to a secret RICO list being built quietly against Chicago rappers. It was chaos. YouTubers went live mid-rumor. Titles like "Breaking, Lil Durk gets life in prison, what really happened?" racked up millions of views. Every channel suddenly turned into a courtroom analyst. People were pausing videos, zooming in on blurry watermarks, claiming to enhance the alleged document. Meanwhile, hip-hop fans started mourning like the man was already gone. "Durk been through too much," one fan posted. "This is why you can't win when you from the trenches." Others treated it like prophecy. "Von gone, Duck gone, Durk next." This ain't coincidence, this generational curse. The rumor had legs because Durk's name has always danced with controversy. He's had arrests, cases, rumors, and beef that turned into national headlines. The internet didn't need confirmation. They just needed an excuse. Then, hours later, someone leaked what they claimed was an audio clip of Durk reacting to the news from inside. The voice on the tape said, "They can't kill me, I already been through hell." It sounded like Durk. It even felt like Durk. But within minutes, fans discovered the audio was AI generated, literally made by one of those TikTok voice cloning apps. Didn't matter. It had already been reposted over 10,000 times. This wasn't journalism anymore. It was digital witchcraft. And while the internet burned, Durk stayed silent. No tweets, no posts, no denials, nothing. And in an era where silence equals guilt, that just made things worse. By hour 3, bloggers were doing timeline breakdowns. They were pulling up old mugshots, old tweets, and photos of Durk in hoodies walking into buildings that looked like courthouses. The captions were pure speculation. Notice how his team ain't posting him no more. He been quiet for a reason. And just like that, social media built an entire trial, complete with fake witnesses, fake evidence, and fake sentencing. Even mainstream outlets started feeling the pressure. XXL and Complex had to post clarifications like, "There are no verified reports of Lil Durk being sentenced." But by then, the internet had already decided its own truth. In one viral TikTok, a girl cried real tears saying, "Durk changed my life. I can't believe they gave him life." Another dude filmed himself pouring out lean on the sidewalk saying, "Rest easy, Durk." Yes, rest easy for a man who was very much alive. And that's when things took a sharp left. Durk finally broke his silence. He didn't release a statement. He didn't call out the blogs. He did what only Durk could do. He dropped a caption so cold, it made fans question if he was trolling or testifying. He posted a photo in all black with the caption, "They tried to bury me alive, but they forgot I'm the dirt." Boom! The internet collapsed again. Some fans screamed, "He admitting it." Others said, "He playing into it for clout." But everyone agreed. This was peak Durk energy. That line alone felt like a whole album intro. The memes started again. Lil Durk when the judge said life, "I've been fighting demons, not attorneys." Another read, "Durk don't get sentenced. He dropped singles." But here's where it got even more twisted. Durk's silence and cryptic caption actually helped the rumor spread. Instead of calming things down, it made people think he was confirming it without confirming it. Some said his label told him to let it cook, because every mention of his name was boosting his streams. And they weren't wrong. Within 24 hours of the rumor, his Spotify monthly listeners jumped by over 400,000. His recent single Same Side suddenly charted again. Durk was trending globally, and he didn't even have to drop a verse. But while fans were celebrating, others noticed something darker. Some of his industry peers, rappers, DJs, even a few producers, started unfollowing him. Quietly. No statements, no comments, just silent exits. It was subtle, but in hip-hop, unfollows are like warning shots. It meant they knew something we didn't. Or at least that's what fans believed. So now the stage was set. One rumor, one cryptic caption, and one rapper caught between myth and reality. Durk's legacy was suddenly hanging in limbo, and the internet had crowned itself judge, jury, and warden. But what nobody realized was that this rumor wasn't just about a fake sentence. It was a reflection of how addicted we've become to tragedy, especially when it's wrapped in fame. And the next twist, it made this entire scandal go from believable to biblical, because someone, somewhere, decided to fake a goodbye letter. And that's when even Durk's closest supporters started to question if maybe, just maybe, the nightmare was real after all. When that so-called goodbye letter dropped, the internet officially lost its last brain cell. The image was a screenshot of what looked like a handwritten note on lined paper with the words, "To my fans, I'm sorry I let y'all down. They can cage me, but never kill my soul." It was signed Durk Banks, complete with a fake signature that looked just real enough to fool the casual scroller. Within 10 minutes, Twitter timelines looked like digital funerals. Hashtags like Free Durk, Heart Pray for Durk, and They Buried the Voice were trending worldwide. Rap pages started editing tributes. YouTubers swapped thumbnails to black and white memorial mode, and even verified rappers were reposting without fact-checking. One post said, "Lil Durk just left a letter from prison. This hurt my soul." Another went full Shakespeare with it. The system failed another king. But the twist? The handwriting on the fake note wasn't even Durk's. Fans later traced it back to an AI handwriting generator on Reddit. Because yes, even his last words were artificially produced by some random clout chaser with a Canva account and too much free time. By now, this was no longer rumor territory. It was a full-blown digital hallucination. But the man himself, once again, didn't deny or confirm anything. Instead, he doubled down on the mystery. He posted a single photo, sitting in a Rolls-Royce, hoodie on, looking dead into the camera, with the caption, "You'll believe anything. The internet can't kill what's already legendary." And just like that, he dropped the mic. The comments went feral. Bro trolling his own funeral. He out here treating a fake life sentence like album promo. Durk really turned court rumors into marketing. And honestly, that's exactly what it looked like. His label stayed silent, which made it even juicier. No press release, no statement, just cryptic moves and perfectly timed captions. The man had turned his own death sentence into a rollout strategy. Within hours, hip-hop influencers started realizing what was really going on. A massive PR campaign, or maybe just a stroke of genius from a rapper who understands the modern game. Truth doesn't trend, drama does. Even Rolling Stone jumped in, publishing a piece titled, "Lil Durk proves you don't need a single to go viral, just a scandal." Fans began calling him the Houdini of hip-hop, a man who could survive fake shootings, fake deaths, fake cases, and still come out streaming harder than everyone else. Meanwhile, other rappers were paying attention, because what Durk just did exposed the entire industry's addiction to sensationalism. Savage posted, "You're quick to believe anything negative. Let that man live." Meek Mill chimed in, "This what they want. Our downfall go platinum." Even Lil Baby dropped a subtle story post. "It's fake love when they only care when you're gone." But not everyone was defending him. Some fans accused Durk of using the fake rumor for clout. If it wasn't true, why he let it breathe for 24 hours? One comment said, "He know exactly what he doing. He playing chess with our emotions." And maybe he was, because that same night, Durk's YouTube page quietly updated with a new premiere link titled "Life Sentence, Official Visualizer." When it dropped, the internet imploded all over again. The beat was haunting. The lyrics, even darker. He opened with, "They said I'm gone forever, but I'm right here, breathing pain. Ain't no judge or jury stopping what's running through my veins." The video didn't even feature Durk. Just flashes of headlines, gavel slams, and shadowy images of prison bars fading into microphones. The symbolism was genius. He had flipped the entire rumor into a song. It instantly hit #1 on YouTube trending. Millions of views, comment sections filled with marketing genius, and Durk turned fake news into art. But behind the applause, there was something deeper and darker. Because while fans were vibing to the track, the real-life speculation wasn't dying down. Court records from his old Atlanta case resurfaced, and trolls started saying, "He rapping about fake charges because he's scared of real ones." Coming, old interview clips, resurfaced where Durk talked about losing people close to him and feeling next. Fans dissected those quotes like they were prophecy. He'd been saying this. He knew something was coming. And then, as if the internet needed one more twist, someone leaked a fake court transcript. The document looked like a real Georgia filing, stamped with Fulton County and full of courtroom language. It read, "Defendant Derek Banks sentenced to life without parole." Of course, anyone who paid attention noticed the first red flag. His name isn't Derek Banks, but the screenshot got millions of views before anyone fact-checked it. That's how deep this rumor had gone. People weren't verifying anything. They just wanted the drama to continue. By day 3, every major platform had run the cycle. Rumor, denial, defense, meme, song. It wasn't just chaos, it was content. Lil Durk wasn't fighting for freedom. He was trending for fun. And when one fan commented, "They really gave you life," Durk replied with a single laughing emoji. That one emoji got more engagement than most rappers' albums. But here's the wildest part. Some people still didn't believe he was free. Even after he posted videos, went live, and joked about it, the life sentence theory wouldn't die. It became part of his mythology, like Tupac's Alive in Cuba rumor or Jay-Z's Illuminati label. Because once the internet decides a story's real, facts stop mattering. That's what made this scandal different. It wasn't about truth. It was about energy, drama, narrative. Durk had accidentally, or maybe intentionally, turned himself into the most talked about man in hip-hop without dropping a mixtape, an album, or even a diss track. He didn't just react to the lie, he weaponized it. And as wild as that sounds, it worked. Because while the world debated whether Lil Durk was free or finished, his streams, merch sales, and brand value all skyrocketed. This wasn't just a fake life sentence. It was a real-life marketing masterclass. But what came next made even his own fans go, okay, that's too far. Because Durk didn't just profit off the rumor, he started mocking it. And that's when the line between rap and reality completely disappeared. By the end of the week, the life sentence saga had mutated from rumor to running joke. But the punchline hit harder than anyone expected. Lil Durk had turned a fake felony into a full-blown cultural phenomenon, and now he was milking it like a label executive who just discovered virality prints money. The first sign that he was in on the joke came when he walked into an Atlanta studio wearing a black hoodie that read, "Life sentence, no parole." The clip surfaced on TikTok, and you could literally hear fans screaming through the comments, "Ain't no way he's trolling his own death sentence. Durk marketing like 50 Cent in 2003. But it didn't stop there. 2 days later, Durk went live on Instagram, sitting next to his rolls, calmly eating cereal. The caption read, "Doing my time in peace." He smirked at the camera and said, "Y'all thought I was gone? Stop letting blogs babysit your brains." The comments went insane. Bro just beat social media at its own game. He trolling the system and the streets at the same time. In that moment, it was official. Durk wasn't a victim of the rumor. He had hijacked it, flipped it, and turned it into a storyline straight out of a Netflix docuseries. Even major media outlets couldn't ignore the madness. Rolling Stone wrote, "Lil Durk's viral sentencing rumor shows how fake news has become hip-hop's new currency." Complex posted, "Durk just turned a false prison sentence into the biggest PR campaign of 2025. It was absurd, but it worked, because while fans were dissecting his trolling, the numbers were speaking louder. His streaming stats jumped 40%. His YouTube views doubled. Merchandise sites started selling fake free Durk shirts, and they sold out in hours. He even leaned into it himself, releasing a limited edition hoodie line that said, "Buried but breathing." Meanwhile, his haters were losing their minds. "This is why hip-hop's dead," one critic tweeted. They turn legal problems into mixtape rollouts. Another wrote, "Durk not the voice, he the villain." But the fans didn't care. To them, Durk was doing what no one else had the guts to do. Take control of his own narrative. He had turned social media chaos into currency, outrage into art, and gossip into gospel. And that's when he dropped another bomb. A week after the rumor started, Durk posted a cinematic teaser on YouTube titled "Life Sentence, the Documentary." The trailer opened with news clips, fake headlines, and footage of fans crying over his sentencing. Then, halfway through, it cut to Durk walking out of a courthouse in slow motion, with the words, "I beat the internet." The ending shot, a black screen with the text, "Coming soon, the truth hurts." Boom. The internet caught fire again. TikTok users lost their collective minds. "Bro's not even a rapper anymore, he's an algorithm." Durk made the rumor work harder than his PR team. This man just turned cancel culture into content culture. Even rappers who'd been quiet during the drama started speaking up. Moneybagg Yo commented, "Durk turned hate into hustle." Lil Baby reposted the teaser with a single caption, "Genius." But not everyone was laughing. Some fans pointed out how dangerous this could get. "This ain't just clout. These rumors mess with real people's lives," one post said. "He's setting a blueprint for every rapper to fake scandals for streams." And they had a point. Because within days, smaller rappers started copying the playbook. Suddenly, you had random artists tweeting, "Just got sentenced," followed by mixtape announcements. It was chaos. Durk had unintentionally created a new marketing genre, prison rollouts. But while the copycats scrambled, Durk doubled down again. He did a sit-down interview, his first since the scandal. And the quote that came out of it was pure gold. He looked right into the camera and said, "They can't sentence what they can't understand. I've been doing life since the day I lost Von." Silence. Goosebumps. Internet meltdown. It was raw. It was heavy. It reminded everyone why Durk connects. The fake life sentence wasn't just clickbait. It was a mirror. It showed how quick the world is to bury black men from the trenches before they even speak. How easily people believe the worst. How social media doesn't just spread lies, it sells them. repackaged in 4K thumbnails with flashing red captions. Durk's silence wasn't weakness, it was strategy. Because when the internet tries to kill you with rumors, the smartest move is to play dead, and then come back laughing. By the time the documentary teaser dropped, Durk had turned from convict to cultural icon. The same people who mourned him were now quoting him. The same fans who spread fake news were now defending him. It was poetic, and a little terrifying, because it proved one thing: in 2025, fame isn't about music anymore, it's about myth. Lil Durk didn't need to drop an album. He dropped a legend, and as the dust settled, fans couldn't decide if they'd just witnessed a scandal, a setup, or a masterclass. Whatever it was, it worked. Durk didn't just react to his alleged life sentence, he rewrote it. And now, every rumor that comes his way will sound like a marketing plan, because the truth doesn't trend, but Durk always does. And that's why, love him or hate him, The Voice just proved he'll never lose it, and there you have it, the wildest courtroom that never existed. Lil Durk didn't just survive a fake life sentence, he turned it into the biggest comeback since 50 Cent got shot 9 times and started narrating documentaries about it. From fake documents to AI letters to full-blown conspiracies, this wasn't a rumor, this was a masterclass in how to turn chaos into currency. The man didn't drop an album, he dropped a panic attack, he didn't release a single. He released shockwaves. One day he's sentenced to life, the next he's sitting in a Rolls-Royce eating cereal like, "Y'all still believe Twitter?" You can't write this kind of script unless you're living in the hip-hop twilight zone, where every lie comes with a link, and every caption becomes a court case. So now the question is, was it marketing genius or social media madness? Did Durk outsmart the blogs, or did the blogs just prove how easy we are to manipulate? Either way, the man turned fake paperwork into platinum publicity. Drop your thoughts below. Was Durk trolling? Or did he just expose how broken this digital circus really is? And before you go, smash that like button like you're breaking your probation terms, hit subscribe like you're signing a plea deal, and ring that notification bell before the next rapper gets sentenced, because you know it's coming. This is the rap truth, where rumors meet receipts, where the headlines hit harder than the beats, and where the internet's favorite chaos always gets cross-examined. Stay tuned, stay loud, stay legendary, because in the rap game, innocents don't trend, but scandal always charts. The rap truth, where drama never dies, it just gets remixed.